Hi guys, I'm happy to welcome you all to another interesting video. In this video, we are going to see about IPO, Initial Public Offering. We are going to see about all the concepts that are involved in this IPO process. There will be many concepts that we are going to discuss in this video, like what is IPO and what is the procedure to apply for this IPO and what is oversubscription, undersubscription, bumper listing, discount listing and many other concepts. So watch this video completely without skipping. And our channel analytics shows that people who are choosing to watch our videos are not subscribing in large numbers. So we kindly request you people to consider subscribing to this channel and give thumbs up to this video. And without any further delay, let us get into the video. So what is IPO? Where does this term come from? IPO stands for Initial Public Offering. As the name suggests, if a company is issuing the shares to the public for the very first time, then it is called as Initial Public Offering. It will be easy for us to understand if we look at this topic with an example. Let us assume the company called ABC Hotels and I am the owner or promoter of that company. I am planning to expand my business so that I need 10 lakh rupees but I have only 5 lakh rupees. So what are the possibilities that I can opt to gain that 5 lakh rupees? I have three options. First one, I can go for bank loan. And second thing, I can ask with my friends or family members, or else I can add some other person with 5 lakh as a partnership firm. And there is the another option called listing out the company share to the public. With some criteria, I have decided to list out my company's shares worth 100 rupees of each shares. If 5,000 people are purchasing my shares worth 100 each, then I can able to get 5 lakh rupees. So initially I had 5 lakh, now I raised another 5 lakh. So combined together, now I will have 10 lakhs so that I can able to run my business successfully. And the reason for this fundraising varies from company to company. They can even raise funds to clear the debts that they already borrowed from the banks, and another reason is that to expand the business. And this is why the company is listing its IPO, and the process of listing the company's share to the public for the first time is known as Initial Public Offering. I hope you are clear with this concept. Now let us see the process of this IPO for a company to get listed on these exchanges. First, if a company is willing to list its IPO, it has to submit the paper to SEBI with all the information provided in that, like the company's history or the business model or the profit, loss, turnover, shareholding patterns, with all the informations should be provided in that paper. So once the company got approved by SEBI, then the company can plan for its IPO price and the IPO date. And there will be many calculations going to decide the price of that IPO. And once it is finalized, the company will get ready for listing. So we are going to see this concept through a website for the better understanding. We are logging into chitogar.com. And this is not the sponsored video. This is one of the best websites to learn about the IPO, their subscription status and all the details about this IPO. So once you get into this site, the site will look like this, and when you scroll down, and here will be the list of IPOs that are currently open. AG Universal IPO is closing today, and we are going to learn some of the concepts with that IPO. So once you click the company, you will see the company's history and the company's performances and whom it belongs to and what is it actually about. So once you scroll down, and here you will see the IPO details, right? And here the IPO date is April 11, 2023 to April 13, 2023. And face value is rupees 10 per share. And we have discussed there are some criteria and some formulations going across to fix this face value. And the price of this IPO is rupees 60 per share. And lot size is 2000 shares. And yes, in IPO you cannot purchase like 1 share, 2 share or 3 share. In IPOs you have to purchase in lots. That lot size can vary for the company to company. It doesn't mean that it should be 2000. Not like that. It can vary. For some company it will be 2000, for some company it will be 10, 20, 50 and whatever it may be. In general it will be purchased in lots. And here total issue size is 14,54,000 shares and aggregating up to 8.72 crores, which means the company is planning to raise 8.72 crores so that they have issued 14,54,000 shares at the price of 60 per share. Now you can calculate this. So the company has listing 54,000 shares, each of 60 rupees. So the total amount is 8.72 crores, and this is the price they want to raise. And here is another data that shows for retail investors minimum lot size is 1, and the amount required for retail investor is 1,20,000, and the maximum limit for retail investors is also 1 lot, which means retail investors cannot apply more than 1 lot. And for H&A, high net worth individual, the minimum lot size is 2. That is, they can apply for 4,000 shares, and the amount required for them is rupees 2,40,000. So what is H&A? Those who are investing more than 2 lakh rupees comes under high net worth individual. Those who are investing less than 2 lakh comes under retail investors. Simple. And the promoter holding data shows before issuing the company's share, the promoter has the share of 95% in that company. After listing it, still the promoter holds 70.20% of shares as their own, and rest 30% is only listing to the public. And when you scroll down, you can find the company's financials and objective of this issue and so on. Here is something called subscription status. Totally, this IPO has subscribed 1.93 times. For example, if the company has issued 100 shares, there are 193 people applied for this IPO, which is called as oversubscription. If the subscription is less than 1%, that means the IPO is undersubscribed. If the company is undersubscribed, you will get the allotment for that IPO. But if the company is oversubscribed, that is, it is subscribed more than the issued number of shares, there are chances you may get or may not get the allotment. This allotment of this IPO purely based on its some random computerized programs. And here they have given some tentative dates for this IPO. Now let us see what are they. Opening date and closing date, which means you can apply for this IPO in between these two dates. Basis of allotment, and that we have discussed earlier. If this IPO is oversubscribed, you may get or may not get the allotment. So that allotment status is published on April 19th, 2023. And initiation of refunds, you have applied for this IPO and you didn't get allotment for this IPO, means you will get the refund on 20th April 2023. And if you got allotment, means those shares will be credited to your demat account on April 21. And the listing date is April 24th, which means on April 24th only this IPO will get listed on NSE and BSE. And here comes the important point. At the day of listing, this IPO lists at higher price or even lower price than the IPO price, which purely depends on the subscription status. If the IPO gets listed on the exchange at the price range of more than 60 is called as bumper listing. If the IPO has listed below the IPO price range, that is the IPO gets listed anywhere less than 60 is known as discount listing. So the bumper listing means you will have the profit directly on the day 1 of listing, and if it is on discount listing means you will be facing a loss on the listing date. And earlier we have seen oversubscription and undersubscription, and now we have seen bumper listing and discount listing. So until the stock gets listed on any exchanges, it will be called as primary market. The issue price, the issue date, the subscription status and the process you applied for IPO all will be happening in primary market. And once it gets listed in the market, then it is called as secondary market. Now anyone can buy and sell the shares in the open market. They can even buy and sell single quantity of shares. Only for applying IPO only you have to apply in lots. But once it gets listed, you can buy whatever the quantity you want. And this is how IPO is processed and getting listed on the exchanges. So far we have discussed some basic concepts of this IPO, like why the company is listing its IPO and what is the need for them to list its IPO, and what is the procedure for a company to list its IPO, and the IPO date and the IPO pricing and subscription status, oversubscription, undersubscription, and the listing status, bumper listing, discount listing, and the market types, primary market and secondary market, and so on. There are many other concepts involved in this IPO concept. We will discuss in the upcoming videos, but for some basic knowledge you must have to know all these concepts. I hope I made these concepts clear to you, and you find this video is helpful in any way. Consider subscribing to this channel and please share this video with your friends and family members. And also don't forget to mention in comment section in which of the IPO you have already invested or in which of any other IPO that you are looking forward to. See you all in another interesting video. Until then, take care. Bye.